This female 90-Day Fiance cast member was arrested in U.S. A female cast member from 90-Day Fiance before the 90 Days has been arrested in Tennessee. This international cast member was featured in 90-Day Fiance before the 90 Days Season 4, which premiered in 2020. That season featured many interesting cast members, including Big Ed Brown, who flew to the Philippines to meet his online girlfriend, Rose Vega. After breaking up with Rose, towards the end of his trip, Big Ed continued to appear in subsequent seasons in search of love. Season 4 also introduced Stephanie Matto, who later gained internet fame for selling fart jars and reportedly earning over $100,000 in online sales. The season also featured a controversial couple, Jeffrey Paschal and Varia Malina, who first connected through an international dating website and later met in person in Russia. Despite a rocky start, and Varia turning down Jeffrey's marriage proposal, they ultimately got engaged in the United States by the end of the season. However, Jeffrey wasn't invited to 90-Day Fiancé before the 90 Days Season 4 tell-all due to pending criminal charges against him. In early 2022, he was sentenced to 18 years in prison, while Varia continued to support him from the outside. Varia Malina's mugshot revealed. Varia was arrested in Blount County, Tennessee. Varia, who moved from Russia to the United States after winning the green card lottery, was recently arrested by the police in Blount County, Tennessee. A blogger, 90-Day Fiancé Update, posted a mugshot of Varia, wearing a striped shirt with her hair untied, along with the details of her arrest. She was arrested on July 9, 2025, for a Class C felony. A Class C felony is considered a serious criminal offense, with potential penalties of 3 to 15 years in prison and a fine of up to $10,000. Examples of Class C felonies include aggravated assault and theft of property valued between $2,500 and $10,000. Varia is accused of theft. Varia was transferred from Blount County to Knox County. Varia was moved from Blount County, Tennessee, to Knox County on July 10, 2025. The specific charges against her were noted, along with a new mugshot. According to a post by 90-Day Fiancé Update, she was reportedly arrested for theft of merchandise, worth between $1,000 and $2,500. The bond amount required for her release hasn't yet been determined, and she is currently awaiting bail. The news of Varia's arrest elicited mixed reactions from fans and cast members of 90-Day Fiancé. Scott Wern showed support by saying, "We are human and make mistakes." In contrast, David Toborowski made a joking remark, "Ha ha ha ha, wow, they are meant to be together," poking fun at Groffrey's imprisonment. Varia won the green card lottery and moved from Russia to the United States 3 years ago. She has been enjoying life in the country and has traveled to several states in recent years. However, her recent arrest could jeopardize her status as a green card holder, especially considering the high rate of illegal immigrant deportations. One Instagram user commented, "During this presidency? Wrong move, girly." Despite the odds against Varia, there is a good chance that her green card won't be revoked for this mistake. The 90-Day Fiancé, before the 90 Days alum, has been a responsible resident since moving to the United States. One 90-Day Fiancé diva keeps trashing her ex, and it's not Yara Zaya, who finally called it quits with Jovi Dufresne. It's actually Jasmine Pineda, who's using her fame to make it crystal clear that she's happier than ever following her split from Gino Palazzolo. With Jasmine, the grapes are sour. She's got so much going on in her life that's good, including a new baby girl, and that's why it's so surprising that she continues to look back. Jasmine could be clout chasing with her jabs at Gino. Drama sells, and this Leo woman's all about making a scene. Like most Leos, she wants attention. She's probably addicted to fame. Leos bloom in the spotlight. However, when fans turn on them, or there's another reason why they feel like they're losing, they can get nasty. This is such a proud sun sign. Jasmine's issues with Gino may have left her feeling like a peasant, rather than a queen. This isn't a position any Leo woman wants to be in. They're born to rule. So, it's likely she wants to show the world that she's better off without him. Jasmine has a new man now, and his name is Matt Brownies. While life with Matt hasn't exactly been perfect so far, that doesn't stop Jasmine from comparing the two males. Of course, Gino gets a lower ranking. Gino made a lot of mistakes with his Leo ex, putting her down in ways that were all too public. For example, He didn't seem to enjoy sleeping with her despite her brazen wardrobe and pretty face. His attitude towards their intimate life seeped out on screen, in ways that probably embarrassed her a lot. So, whenever she insults Gino now, directly or obliquely, she's basically trying to reclaim her crown. But how does she do it? Well, she shares a baby daughter with Matt, and she says he helps by looking after the baby while she makes money. For Jasmine, income's always been a hot-button topic. In her native Panama, she used to be a teacher but lost that job. There are different stories about why, including Gino being the reason why she could no longer do that job, or her fighting with a coworker. Ultimately, for whatever reason, she lost that position. This made it harder for her to keep her financial life secure. As she's a glamorous and intelligent woman, she was frustrated by rules that stopped her from making money in America during the K-1 visa phase. During that time period, she needed a work permit to earn money. There were so many barriers. Then, when she began to earn her own money while living in an expensive country, the USA, she probably felt better. However, a potential TikTok ban inflamed her, possibly triggering some sleepless nights. So, when Matt looks after their infant while she does work online, she's likely extremely grateful. In contrast, she paints Gino as a man with a remarkably weak libido who could never really take her of her. While Matt has talked about his fears, and Jasmine's even questioned her love for him, she obviously wants the world to think he's more of a man than Gino. Gino, the hat-wearing ex who appeared to be crushed when things ended with Jasmine, and had to watch her rub her newfound happiness in his face, tried to rally. He's attempting to build a life of his own, as seen in the clip above. However, the past may haunt him, particularly his image as a cheap man. Jasmine, as previously mentioned, is the quintessential glamour girl, always dressed to kill in wild outfits that people might not see on the streets every day. She is not a minimalist. She spent money on her looks, including cosmetic procedures. In order to rock canary yellow catsuits and other truly baffling fashion choices, and it has to be said that she rocks them all. Jasmine needs the hair, the makeup, the moisturizer, the jewelry, the list goes on and on and on. He's rumored to have quite a stash of cash in the form of investments, while there's no proof, and maybe Jasmine felt like he could have spent more money on her. She has outright called him cheap on screen. However, some fans on Reddit are taking her side, basically saying that she siphoned a lot of cash out of this man, maybe too much. As per a Reddit thread started by Shabugi7272, the OP of the thread was critical of her, saying, "Just finished watching the last episode of Before the 90 Days, and I really think Gino needs a simple, down-home girl, and not a lavish Jasmine. Their spending habits are so different, it's bound to cause problems. She has extravagant taste and immediately wants to change everything in his home, and he doesn't have the money for it. Meanwhile, she spent $10,000 of his money on a butt lift. She's not frugal at all and just wants what she wants. I don't see this going well. There are plenty of humble girls in the U.S. who would be perfectly fine with Gino's kitchen, bedroom ec. Do most fans really want Jasmine to be humble? Maybe not. Born under the same zodiac sign as Larissa Lima, she acts much the same way. They need stuff to maintain their images, they will get it at all costs. In the process of trying to make their lofty dreams come true, each plays the diva, and that can be a lot of fun. However, the OP thinks Gino would be happier with a more subtle and sophisticated partner whose lust for life and material things isn't so transparent. There was big trouble with this relationship, and it's best it's over, but that won't stop Jasmine from slagging off Gino any way she can. It's the war over image that she wants to win. She will do whatever it takes to win the breakup, as she already knows that fans have a lot to say about her. Some take Gino's side, as seen above. In certain ways, society punishes women who are unafraid to really be themselves. Those like Jasmine, who clearly have money on their mind and aren't afraid to ask for it from partners, often get roasted. However, it has to be said that Gino should have had a clearer understanding of his mate, his personality, and what she wanted.